Great day, amazing humans. Yes, welcome to Empowering Bytes. This is where we keep it short and sweet. But who is the we? Well, the we is me, Nkechi, and
I'm Gaby with 1B. Pleased to be the co-host of these Empowering Bytes, where we keep it short and sweet.
E to the A to the B to the Y. Mamone! That is Gaby 1B Mamone. Let's go, girl. Let the show begin. Yes, great day, amazing humans, and welcome to the first episode of Empowering Bytes Season 8. New season, new conversations, and
Same mission, with ideas that help you lead, grow, and live with intention.
I'm Ink, and
I'm Gaby with 1B.
we're so excited to welcome you back to another season, 26 episodes of Empowering Bytes to keep you, the empowered human, ever ready to conquer your day. Okay. Let's go. So today we're going to talk about something that Gaby and I realize that we have so much of. We have so much mindful and positivity and empowering products. So Gaby gifted me this everyday mindfulness book. I know if you're listening, we'll describe it, but it is a book that has 365 ways to live a centered life. And the way you use it is you just kind of open it up and it has dates, and you read whatever it is for the date and you take action. I also have these love powered code cards. So these are affirmations to guide you on a self-love journey. I was gifted with Calm the Chaos cards, very similar. It is, I think there's about 26 cards in this box. And these cards are designed 65 simple practices for a more peaceful life. Then I found these amazing pop-it cards. One of them, on the front of it, it says "You matter." You write a message on the back of it, and then you give it to somebody, and you can pop it open. And on the inside of it, there's some message that you don't even know what it is that you're giving. So it's like a little bit of a surprise. This particular one says, "You are loved just for being who you are, just for existing." Ram Dass. And so it's sort of like one of those divine. When the person gets it, it's like divine. And then I got ones recently, same kind of book. I have so much product. And the same one is "You're awesome." And so, yeah, on the front of it is "You're awesome." They pop it open and there's a message on the inside. What you got? What you got?
So to those watching and listening, the reason why we're sharing these with you, and I'll share mine in a moment, is because we really do have a purpose. We really do have intention, because we've got a conversation that's going to shift a little bit of how you think and why we have these
That's right.
things
That's
around us. Yeah.
you spoiled it. I wanted you to keep going with all these
Oh, I'm
facts and then be like,
sorry.
why
I just wanted people to stay with us and say, why are they showing off all these things?
It's coming. So she gave you the punchline, but go on. What do you got? What
I
you
love
got?
it. Okay, so I've got mindfulness cards with it, which comes with a little stand, and so
Oh, I
every
remember
day
you showed me those.
every
Yes.
day we
Yeah.
change the cards. So they've
I
got
love
some
that.
mindfulness
Yeah.
activities, and then I have water cards, right? Like so,
From
yeah. So
that came from Power to My Skin.
that's
Harlan
exactly it.
Purcell. Yes,
What would
yes.
water
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
So I love, love, love
Mhm.
this. And then my friend Lisa actually gave me a beautiful quote, and I keep it on my desk. And what it says is, "You can't pour from an empty cup. Take care
Mm,
of yourself first."
that's
And I
right.
actually see this every day, and it reminds me of I need to take breaks, I need to stretch, I need to exercise, I need to take care of myself, I need to get some rest. So it really does remind me. And then I have this is like really old, but I love it so much. Life's Little Instruction Book. So it's
Ooh, I
got,
love
yeah,
that one.
I love it. I love the shape of it too, because it's so small, and it really just has like little tidbits of information, so we can go through that. And then of course I have a power card. So these power
Yes, yeah.
cards are
You have
really cool.
one.
We're going
I
to
have a
talk
whole
about these.
box.
I have
Okay.
one, you have the whole box. And then one thing that I love, 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 and I think you're going to recognize the logo.
The Empowered My Skin affirmations.
Yes, I
Yay.
have Empowered in My Skin affirmation cards, which are always nice. So why don't you share, Ink, why we're showing all
I
these
also
things?
I also can't leave God out of the equation. I also
Oh,
have a
yes.
365 days of prayer
Yeah.
for Christians that bring calm and peace. So I read one of these every single day. Yeah. So
Right.
it's interesting because as we talked about, as we were curating this episode for the world, for y'all, Gabby asked a really important question, and I think it always starts with why. So, it's less about the fact that we have all of these products, and it's more about how do we use them,
Yep.
right? Because it has nothing to do with the products. It's about the purpose, the intention of how we use them. So, I'll kind of share what how it evolved for me, and I think maybe the love powered code cards were probably the first, and I recognize that it was more about recognizing that I recognize that it was more about recognizing I it for me it was more about like I didn't want to chance positive, like I didn't want to chance being able to reach at like mindsets that help me continue to move forward and not
Mm,
sort of ruminate on the worst of life, for me,
yeah.
especially at the time when I was really trying to change my story, change my like the narrative and really be a little bit more empowered.
Hmm.
And so the cards serve a purpose every single day, right? Like, and they're strategically positioned in my home, right? Like the mindfulness card is like on the kitchen, and I flip it just before I leave the house. And typically there's
Oh,
an action that it asks me to do. And not only do I do it for myself, but I do it for other humans as well, right? Like where I can, I do share.
yeah.
I'll park and ask you, like for you, what they're more they're beyond the product. What are they for you?
Yeah, for me, it's reformatting or reframing my inner narrative. And so, because I find myself included in many people, we tend to run on autopilot, right?
Mm,
So it's like I say, I'm behind, or I should be doing more, or maybe I'm not doing enough. And so, when I pick up these affirmation cards, or when I look in my book, or when I just read one of these mindfulness cards, what it does is it just gives me a new thought and it overrides what the other one isn't serving,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it helps me reframe that self-talk in a more
Mm-hmm.
gentler way, in a more supportive way. And I just find that it helps me build consistency through repetition. So I'm not
Yeah.
facing as much pressure as I actually did.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said, it's not necessarily like, oh, believing the affirmation right away.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving me space to create a pause between the thought and then the
Mm-hmm.
reaction. So it really
Yeah.
puts it into perspective for me.
Yeah. And I think the other thing too that comes up for me is mindfulness is a practice,
Mhm.
right? And and it's more of a practice than it is a purchase, right? Like it's more of a practice than it is a product. It is
Yeah.
and I know that I needed help in order to develop that practice. And
Yes.
so for days where I am not able to reach for it, for that thought or for that direction or for that meaningful message in a moment,
Yeah.
these are tools that are available to me like really on I keep these in my I keep sorry for those that are in audio. I keep the you matter and the you awesome cards in my purse because sometimes it's less about me, sometimes it's about a random act of kindness to somebody else, right? So just
Yes.
knowing that I'm giving somebody a positive message in like incites positivity and good feelings from within me, right? And
Yeah.
so I keep those on hand as well. Or on the flip side, I meet someone who I feel needs something, or I'm called
Mhm.
to feel like something's up. I need to give them a message that they can go and read whenever they
Mhm.
feel. And I just place it in their pocket or place it on their desk or something like that, right? At work or just to a complete stranger, right? Like, so those are really handy. But the bottom line is it's about these products have become a tool set or toolkit to support my practice of
Good.
mindfulness and
Yeah.
empowered living every single day.
I just love that. And I love that you would give someone a card just as
Yeah.
you're passing their desk. I think that's beautiful. For me, I find that they're very helpful, like if I'm overwhelmed or if I'm like overstimulated, because sometimes we as humans can struggle to sit for
Mm,
like traditional meditation, right? And
mm,
so if we maybe need some guidance, but not necessarily committing to a very long practice of yoga or meditation, sometimes just picking up a quick card and reading
Hmm.
like one sentence can really, really make a deep impact, because
Hmm.
it's giving you permission to pause,
Yeah.
right? It's giving you language that maybe might be otherwise difficult for you to find.
Hmm.
So I just love that. And I'm all about kindness. And so it's giving me kindness towards like myself without any judgment.
So let's help the listeners that are both watching and listening. We're going to use the love powered co-cards.
Okay.
You have one. I don't know which
Yep.
one you have.
Yep.
So I'm going to pick one from my box.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Random pick. Okay.
Okay.
And then we're going to show them how they can use. And again, we're not sponsored by any of these products, but shout outs to Love Powered Co. I was gifted these cards and I have since paid them forward and have gifted them out to, they have a teen box. So I've gifted it out to young girls and
Yeah.
I've gifted it out to women in my network.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great gift, actually.
That's lovely.
So I have my card in hand. You have your card in hand. Who wants
I
to go
have mine.
first? Who do you
You
want
can
to
go
go
first.
first?
I can go
I'll go
first. Doesn't matter.
first.
You want to? Okay, go
You
ahead.
you go first. I've been talking more.
Okay, super. So I pulled my card.
Okay.
I- so here we go. I am trusting. I am open. I am unguarded. I let go. I let love, and I trust.
Mm.
I am trusting. Can you remember a time when you trusted wholeheartedly?
Oh.
How did it make you feel?
Are you asking? So you're
Yeah,
asking
I'm
me, and then
asking
I'll ask, and then
you.
I'll ask you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to reach too far.
Okay.
I'm gonna say right now,
Mm.
I am trusting that everything is working out in my favor.
Yes.
I am trusting that in the moments of certainty and uncertainty, that I trust Jesus,
Mm.
right? I do. I trust that if if a thought comes up right now that has the propensity to derail me,
Mm.
I trust that the next thought that I'm able to reach for will continue to move me forward. I trust that I am well supported.
Mhm.
I trust that I am radically loved and cared for.
Yes.
I trust that, you know, continued safety, courage is my portion,
Mm.
you know, it's not fleeting, that it's not, I trust that my life has meaning.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I trust that this moment connects with somebody in a way so deeply. Do I believe that they are going to take an action that then empowers another person? I deeply believe that. I deeply believe that.
And we believe you. That was said with conviction. That's beautiful.
I love that card.
I
Okay,
know. And
you
you
ready?
went there, I was just thinking you were going to tell me about one time,
Ah,
but you brought us to church.
no, I need it. I try, like, you know, I have to say why, because I think in this season of life and healing,
Yeah.
and I feel emotions coming up, like I owe it to myself to trust
Yes.
myself, forget about trusting myself. I owe it to myself to trust God
Yes.
deeply. I read something, and not to get too biblical, but I read something that was so profound in a Bible app. It said that the story of David, right? David knew that he was hunted by Saul,
Mm.
but more deeply, he knew that he was pursued by God.
Mm.
And that's the level of trust that I am tapping into right now. Because it's not
I
just
just love
available
that.
to me, whatever you believe in that's higher than yourself, I'm going to say there's this steady stream of trust that you can step right into. And and it's constantly flowing. And you could choose it or not, but it flows all
Mhm.
the same. So why not just step into it, you know? Okay, ready for your question
I
and then
love
we
it.
wrap up? Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
You're going to love this one. It's mindfulness. Mindfulness is your power, Gabby 1B. I am mindful. I am present. I am self aware. I nestle myself into the present moment and I observe my thoughts and feelings without judgment. I am mindful. Gabby,
Mm.
think of a time when you were truly mindful.
Oh,
How did it feel?
that's beautiful. First, allow me to have some context about that gentle nudge of mindfulness. So, being mindful to me is noticing what's happening right here
Mm.
now in the
She's pointing to
moment.
her body.
Yes, thank you for sharing that for those that are listening, not watching. So, when I'm being mindful, I need to understand that I don't have to fix anything. I really just need to notice. I need to
Mm,
regulate. And so when I
mm,
take a look at that definition, when have I needed to regulate and be mindful? It's with my health.
mm,
You know, I know that every single person listening and watching is going through something in their life. And, if I had to pick something that maybe does weigh heavily on me, it's my health. For those that don't know, I live with MS, and multiple sclerosis is very, um, what's the word I'm looking for? It's, I have good days and not so good days.
mm,
And so I have to be mindful when I wake up in the morning. I see that people can just jump out of bed and go to the
mm,
bathroom, but not for me. I mean, I have to stretch and I have to move and I have to
mm,
squeeze. And then I finally put my feet down and then I have to stand up slowly to make sure that I can actually stand. I need to be mindful about every move that I make in the morning after laying down for 8 hours for fear that I could fall because maybe I'm numb or tingling or I have no
mm,
movement or spastic or whatever. So I'm mindful about what goes in my body. I'm mindful about moving my fingers to prevent that stiffness that I often feel. I
mm,
remember once you and I were recording and you caught me, I was just like touching my hair. And
mm,
you even asked me, you're like, well, why are you touching your hair? And the reason why is
mm.
quite often my fingertips are numb. But when
Yeah.
they're not numb, I find it fascinating that I can actually feel.
Feel your hair.
And, sometimes I take that for granted when I do, and it's
Mm,
like, wow. And so it's fine for me if
mm,
people wonder, why are you touching your hair? Because for me, it's like,
yeah.
wow, I get to feel what it actually feels like to run through my fingers.
Mm,
So I'm aware of my emotions. I'm aware of of my emotions without judgment. I'm aware
mm,
of grounding myself in the present moment. And this starts with how I communicate to myself, to my
mm,
family, over email, through
mm,
text. So, yes, I am very mindful because it helps to regulate my nervous system and it helps me respond, not react, and it helps
mm,
me feel present and grounded.
mm.
And it speaks and leads to me from a calmer place. So
I
thank you
love
for that
that.
question.
Yeah, well, thank you, Love Powered Co. Thank you for yours as well. And you couldn't have had a better card,
Thank
your
you.
own single card.
Thank you.
And I couldn't have picked a better one for you. So thank
Yeah,
you. And thank you
likewise.
to all the listeners and viewers. We are so excited to really step into this season with you. And sadly, this is where I have to say I'm Ink
I'm Gabby with 1B.
and we're out. Bye
Bye.
bye. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.